welcome to No Filter. Mondo Fresco here for Hubwav. Today I am joined by my favorite cook at Fit Men Cook, my man Kevin Curry. Thank you, brother, for hanging out with us.
What's up, man? Thank you for having me. Appreciate you having me out here.
I just got the book last night.
Cross my fingers you like it?
I already like it, bro. I already like it, man. And let me just tell you, I think it's awesome to see the love that you get, the amount of people that show up. I'm sure you geek out over it as well.
Oh my God, yeah. It's been great, you know, traveling around the nation and meeting people. It's one thing for people to comment on your page and social media and say, Kev, you know, this is great. But when they actually come out to an event, like in LA traffic, in New York traffic, in Chicago traffic, and they sit in traffic and then come to meet you, it's just an incredible feeling. And so I've never taken the opportunity lightly, but now even more so, I just feel much more empowered and resolved to do what I can to make sure that the language of health is as pervasive as possible, but also that I'm not taking this opportunity to really speak into people's lives lightly. It means something to me.
One of the things that I heard you say at the book signing is that you do these recipes in English and then you also translate them in Spanish. Please tell us why.
Yeah, so just off the cuff, like I want the language of health to be as wide as possible. And so when you look at the rates of diabetes and heart disease, they're really high in Black and brown communities. And so I wanted to make sure that I could do whatever I can with my limited resources to make sure that people, even that if language was going to be a barrier, how can we like overcome that? Yeah. And the beautiful thing about food is that food brings us together. It transcends all of our different barriers in terms of like culture, gender, religion, all that stuff. We can always connect about food. And so I wanted to remove one less barrier, making sure that we did that in Spanish.
What made you quit your day-to-day? I know that's always like one of the toughest things someone can do to, you know, follow your passion, follow your dreams. What was that tipping point for you?
There really wasn't something that actually came that said, you know, this is the perfect time to do it. I kind of had to rip the Band-Aid off and just go for it. I was very comfortable at the time with my current job, and at the time that I quit my job,
what were you doing?
I was doing marketing over at Dell.
Okay.
And people think, oh, that's why you were good at social media. No, it was the exact opposite. I didn't learn anything from Dell to go ahead and do those things. I was just doing that like myself because I was passionate about losing weight. Yeah. That's what I was trying to do. And things that I was learning doing my own blogging, my own Instagramming, I was taking back, be like, we should be doing some of this over here. So I was kind of figuring it out. But what happened at the time was I got a job offer from Google. And it was to do something with the Google Plus platform, and it was a great job. And went down there for the interview, got the job, amazing salary. And I went back to my old boss and I said, hey, I'm thinking about quitting my job, you know, to go and do this. You know, like, what do you think? And he says to me, it was some of the best advice. So this is maybe like the tipping point maybe.
Yeah.
He says, you know, everyone here in the office keeps talking about this thing called Fit Men Cook that you have going on. I don't know what the hell this is, you know, but I think it's great. But if you've got to come in here to ask me if you should take a job from Google, that means that you don't want it. So here's what I'll say to you today. You walked away from our company and I'd hire you back today. But more so than that, at the end of the day, you want to be able to sit your grandkids down on your lap and say, here's this thing called Fit Men Cook. Here's how I effed it all up. Or here's how I did it well, and then you go do something better.
Right. Wow.
And the light bulb kind of clicked for me that like, yeah, I need to go for
it. People know what you do on social.
Yeah.
We want to talk about what they don't know.
Okay.
You know, I'm a big sneakerhead. I know you love sneakers as well, man. What are your favorite sneakers of all time?
Of all time? That's pretty hard. Because I have so many that I actually really like. But you know what? One pair in particular, because I got this question recently, and it was the first answer that came out, and it actually is true, is I bought some Ronnie Feig GL3 Volcano. And what I loved about those shoes, and what I still love about them, is the complexity of using the color red, but it really wasn't red. It's almost like a fuchsia. It's a color that you don't really see often in shoes. You see it much more in like women's clothing. But the way that he used the different tones of that and then connected it to the volcano was just really fun. It was just like when I saw it instantly, I was like, I gotta have those shoes. I don't care how much they cost. I gotta have those. So I love the way that he played like with those colors a bit.
Are you for collabs, or you think it's just the market's oversaturated when it comes to collabs?
I am for certain collabs. I think that the cool thing about the collabs is that it gives voice to rising artists and to new creativity. So I'm never gonna knock that.
Watching you cook on Instagram, on YouTube, now having your book, it's all inspired me to cook, not just for myself, but also I'm cooking for my family, and it's brought us closer together. We're bonding in ways that I've never really, felt before, and it's really nice, man. I know it's something that you can also relate to. You got your dad to
yeah, food brings us together, and one thing that I was telling my parents to try to get them to eat healthier, and I got my dad to go vegan. One of the things that I was telling him is that you're never gonna taste anything else that's like as good as that sweet potato pie that you've had. You've tasted it all this time, and part of the reason why it tastes so good is because the memory of food and like where you had it is still there. So we create memories with food, and so I tell them now it's time to create new memories with food. So when you get the family together and you're cooking a meal that's calorie conscious, that meal is going to taste better because the family's there and because everyone is around and just enjoying it. So I tell people now just to bring people into your health and wellness journey. And the crazy thing about the human body, is what I've been looking at with different studies, is that we teach ourselves what tastes good. Mm-hmm. And that is developed from a very young age. So if you grow up eating the same foods, when you get older, things that don't taste in that particular genre seem foreign to you. Like, oh, this Italian food tastes funny, or this pho tastes funny. This Korean barbecue, I'm not sure about that, because that taste is like unfamiliar, right? Mm-hmm. But that food is good. So the more you have it, you're like, what, this Korean barbecue is really good. I can go and box with this a little bit. And so think about that from a healthy food perspective, that the more you eat calorie conscious foods and the more you embrace this healthier lifestyle, the more pleasing that food is to you, because the food is never bad. Yeah. It's just that it's unfamiliar to you.
You introduced me to arrowroot.
Oh yeah. I get so many complaints about that. Where is the arrowroot? Use all these foreign ingredients, and arrowroot is sold in like Walmart.
Arrowroot, I was like, what is that? Things like that, man. They're huge. Like I didn't know what the function was of arrowroot, and just watching your videos and now reading your book, it's something that it makes a world of a difference sometimes, man. I'm like, oh, okay, so add a little bit of arrowroot, and the sauce will stick to the food. Like, this is awesome.
Like the restaurant style and sauce, and we love sauce. We saucy people, so that's a really important part. And I think that part of the health journey is that people think that it's going to become easy, and we will, like for sneakers, we will drive across town. We will stand in line for 2 hours for a drop. We'll do a whole bunch of other stuff, but when it comes to our health, we just want to be quick, easy, and efficient, which I get. But at some point, you've got to make an investment in your health for the long haul. That's why people get burned out, because they're in this mode, all right, let me get this salad in and eat my healthy stuff for the day, and they get tired of it. So you've got to gradually introduce other cuisines and types of foods into your diet to keep it interesting. And arrowroot is one of those things that I had to discover and really learn more about, and now I use it often.
Fit Men cook 100+ meal prep recipes for men and women, always healthy AF, never boring. Kevin Curry, the book is out now. Kevin, appreciate you, brother. Thank you, man.
Appreciate you for having me, man.